Robert Lighthizer for the 7th round of economic talks. So the two sides further implemented the consensus reached by the two heads of state in Argentina, and also have the negotiations and talk surrounding taxes. And we also talk more about technology transfer, IP rights, services, currency, agriculture, non-tariff barriers to trade. All these make a substantial progress. I have no further information to release to you regarding details. On the basis of the 7th round of talks, the two sides will follow the guidance and the structures given by the two heads of state to implement the further works.
谢谢发言人。中国日报社提问：最近中国美国商会报告显示，尽管在贸易摩擦的背景下，长期营商环境存在挑战，62%的受访企业仍然将中国视为全国投资的重要目的地。请问商务部如何评价这一调查结果？将采取哪些措施继续优化营商环境
？China as their favorable destination for investment and trade. So what's China's take to further enable our favorable business environment? Thank you for your question. We noticed the China-U.S. Business Council on February 26 issued their 2019 China Business Environment Report. So the chairman, Mr. Shutton, said in his speech that China's encouraging future of consumption and also improve environment still make China as the first trade destination and investment destination. We noticed actually the report from November to December, and the survey actually sent to around 700 business, and around 340 out of this number finished the survey. Started from 2015, we look at the trend of revenue increase still continued. For the survey, the enterprises, 69% of the enterprises actually profitable. For 2018, and also the rest of the enterprises reached break even. And look at actually the most beneficial ones for this is from the service sector. Look at the technology sectors. Compared to other areas, actually China have even higher revenue before the deduction of taxes. So China's still on the top of their destination list, since the group of middle income baskets enlarging and also the consumption is even stronger. This also make the investors and the U.S. business feel more confident about the Chinese market, and they feel very optimistic about China's reform and improvement. This actually started from 2016. We look at their members of the China-U.S. Business Council right now reached a higher peak number of confidence towards the Chinese business environment. Of course, there are still some challenges facing by them, including regulation transparency, cost of goods, market access, IP protection. We welcome the overseas business councils in China, including the U.S. Business Council, to give us constructive suggestions. China will keep our moves in reforms, and opening up will expand our market access to the foreign business, and will keep improving our business environment, increasing our market regulation transparency, and also protect better the foreign business legitimate rights and interests. And we will also build up and improve the complaint system for overseas businesses, and will give more cares to them, and also build a more enabling and attractive environment for overseas businesses.
谢谢发言人。经济参考报记者提问：日前，国务院同意在北京全面推进服务业扩大开放综合试点，并且公布了方案。请问这个方案有什么？
So we have the demonstration regions being expanded. And there is a plan regarding this area. So on January 31st, the State Council actually released a document regarding the plan in terms of the demonstration areas. So in this plan, we talk more about the service sectors. We would like to build up a fully opened, modernized demonstration area for business service sector. So it have several features. Number one, it fits in Beijing's position. So the plans actually detailed the 4 positions for Beijing and also further strengthen the integration of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei. And also have another 9 areas for pilot works. And second, have a higher level of opening up. So the plan actually in line with the international high standards, and also will do more to facilitate that and the investment, and also give more liberation to the business and trade. So we also have another 14 detailed plans included. And third, it also covered the larger sectors. So you have around 180 pilot works. We talk about the open of the industry, new business forms established, the regional cooperation, and also institution reforms actually all have their corresponding plans. Number 4, it also have new approaches for opening up. It's emphasis on the integration of internal-external opening up. So it's open the industry as well as industrial parks. For our next step, the MOFCOM will work closely with Beijing municipal governments, and we will have a better implementation job. And we will also adjust the sets of related regulations and laws and provide a better service to the business in these areas. Make sure we really deliver the tangible and effective results. And we will also summarize the experience and lessons learned, and we will further roll out to other areas.
谢谢中央广电总台央广记者提问。我们注意到欧洲议会近日是高票通过了一项对外国投资进行安全审查的法案，将加强对通讯人工智能等战略外国企业收购的这个审查。
bills regarding the foreign business, the M&As, especially in the high-tech sectors. What's your take on that? And that will actually impact our investors to make their investment in Europe. And what's your idea about the China's investment in Europe? We have noticed the news, as you mentioned, in international trade and economic cooperation. Europe always uphold the free trade. We hope the Europe countries will continue the same directions and support the trade liberalization and facilitation, and to build an open, transparent, fair, and easy access environment. This is not only conducive to the Europe's own development, but also do good to the global prosperity. Based on our statistics, for 2018, our investment to Europe reached $7.82 billion, increased by 3.3%. We will further encourage the Chinese business in different sectors with good reputations and quality to do more investment in Europe, so they can strengthen and develop their own strengths, and they can also create more jobs for the cooperative countries to achieve win-win cooperation.
谢谢发言人。中国商报记者提问：我们看到商务部与农发行联合推动农产品以及农村流通体系建设，目前取得了进展。
We noticed that MOFCOM worked with the Bank of Agriculture to bring the benefit to the agriculture produce and the other sectors. So what's still the challenges we're facing? And any successful cases for us? Thank you very much. In the recent years, talk about the logistics for the agricultural produce is keep improving. We'll talk about the main networks already put in place, and the efficiency is further improved. But at the same time, we also notice that for the flow of the agricultural produce, we still face some difficulties. We look at actually there's the in parallel information in supply and demand, and we also have a big loss during the transportation, and also in some areas they have difficulties in the first 1 mile. As you mentioned about the standards regarding cold chain and also the demonstration work in this area, actually we're doing this is actually to find out how we can better improve the efficiency during the whole logistics and also save our costs, have reduced the losses during the transportation. With 2 years work in this regard, the areas and also the local enterprises actually have the lessons concluded and also have their experience can be copied for the other countries, for the other cities. So they talk about for some enterprises, they think about they can have the low temperature storage at the production base. So they also can use the trucks to bring from that storage to the selling position. And they also can monitor the temperatures in real time. So from the farmland to the dinner table, they can have the whole coverage monitoring. For our next step, we will improve the modernization level of the agricultural products logistics from the production base, the cold storage. Will improve the facilities in these areas to make sure that the products from the farmland already a value-added products. So we also would like to bring that value added back to the farmers.
谢谢发言人。第一财经日报记者提问：2019年，世贸组织上述机构将会由于成员遴选问题而面临实质性瘫痪的局面。
From China Business Network.
中方是否已经做好了接受的准备，将采取何种措施应对案件审理中断的情况？谢谢发言人。
谢谢你的提问。关于世贸组织上述机构的问题。
Regarding your question, this is about a WTO appeal system. Last year, China, Europe, and the other 40 members of WTO, we applied 2 joint documents regarding the reform of WTO appealing system, especially the selection process. So with our joint efforts, the informal negotiation already started. China will be very proactive to participate the whole process and work with other members to solve the risk and challenge, make sure the system can run normally, and also protect the authority and efficiency of WTO. And China will follow closely for the updates and make our plans according to the changes.
Sorry, Bloomberg's Mega. I presume you saw the video from the Oval Office last week where President Trump and Robert Lighthizer had a fight in front of Vice Premier Liu He, and apparently Liu He was laughing at the fight. Did you see the video? Did you also think it was funny, as Premier Liu He obviously did? And on a more serious note, do you think it makes it more difficult for China to negotiate with the U.S. when apparently the president and the chief trade negotiator can't even agree on the American side of the negotiations? Does it make it more difficult for China to negotiate with them? Thank you.
您好，彭博新闻社。上周呢，在特朗普总理跟刘鹤总理会面的时候，媒体播放了这样一个视频，就是特朗普总统跟他的首席谈判的代表莱特希泽有一个关于实签 MOU 还是贸易协定的一个争执，然后刘鹤副总理当时也在现场。请问您是否观看了有关的视频？然后您是否也认为双 就是美国团队内部对于这个贸易协定的分歧，增加了中国与美方谈判的难度。谢谢。
关于你提到的具体的磋商的细节，刚才我已经讲过。如果有具体的
Regarding the details of negotiation, as I just mentioned, if I have further information to release, I will release to you in a timely fashion. Thank you.
Reuters， 还是关于中美贸易谈判。下一轮中美贸易谈判将在哪里？
Still regarding the trade talks between China and the U.S.
还有上周美国
So when and where will be held the next round of
延迟对中国
trade talks? Last week, Donald Trump mentioned that he will be delaying U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods scheduled for March 1st. And when will be the timeline in this area? And when the President Xi Jinping will meet with Donald Trump regarding to finalize the trade talks? Thank you for your questions. Regarding the details, as I mentioned, I will release to you in a timely fashion. Regarding your second question, please ask this question to Mofa.
您好，我是北京电视台财经频道的记者。我们注意到现在这个农村电商发展迅猛，我们想请问一下，
From BTV. We notice that right now the economic development is really thriving in rural areas. About the logistics systems, what's the current situation? What's your target for the future? Thank you for your question. Regarding the establishment of the agricultural products network, we look at the milestones or the threshold on the producing, selling, logistic areas. Besides the cold chain areas, we also do the following works. Number one, we build the platform to let demand meet supply. 2018, MOFCOM worked with the relative departments. We organized around 200 trade fairs, and we also released the information on the platform to guide the supply and demand matching together. And second, we also would like to build a system that can stable for long-term development. So look at the enterprises, plots, the farms, and also commissions. We have this integration to make sure we can have a very stable and promising system to guarantee the agricultural products logistics. So through the matching or the trade fairs, and also especially bring the enterprises to the farmland, we have all different activities to find a channel, a way for the poor areas to sell their products outside. Regarding your question, actually really a broad question. We talk about logistic improvement in the rural and city areas, and we also talk about the macro logistic systems within the rural areas. So we talk about we will bring the industrial products to the rural areas and also bring the agricultural products from the rural areas to cities. Till now, the comprehensive demonstration areas regarding the e-commerce centers and also the logistic centers reached 1,000, and also the service centers in rural areas 80,000. So we would like to build a network in logistics to cover the provincial, county levels. So right now we already built the network covering 90%. So for our next step, we will do more to strengthen our work in establishing this network and bring more products from the city to the rural area, and also bring the agricultural produce from rural area to city. We will further improve the infrastructure in these areas, and we'll also bring the traditional a retailing platform to be upgraded, and also is built more centers to provide services and further improve the living standards and also consumption quality for the rural areas. We will lower the logistic costs and improve the logistic efficiency. And also at the same time, we will speed up and improve the shortage or the weakness links in cold chain logistics. And we will build up a three-level or three-tiered logistic system to solve the issue for the first mile issues. And we have the channels put in place to realize this system.
谢谢发言人。俄罗斯卫星通讯社提问：据报道，中国和俄罗斯等76个世贸组织成员1月25号在达沃斯
China, Russia, and the other 676 WTO members, they signed that the e-commerce document, and that's regarding the e-commerce. What about the current situation for that negotiation? And during the negotiation, what's China's role? Another question, would you please introduce about the e-commerce situation in China in 2018? Thank you for your question. On January 25th, as you mentioned, in Davos, that's WEF, China, Russia, in total 76 WTO members signed a joint declaration regarding e-commerce. So based on the existing framework and agreements under WTO, we would like to initiate the negotiation regarding e-commerce. So far as I know, the joint declaration members right now work on their action plans and also negotiate on their action plans. China and Russia actually are very active members and players in these areas. For a long time, we have very constructive roles and also submit many times of our plans. China would like to work with Russia and other members to further push the negotiation regarding e-commerce and other topics to moving forward on the basis of inclusive, open, and transparent manner. We will do the result-oriented manner, and we will also consider each other country's own condition, and we will find a balance and we would like to reach a consensus that can be acceptable for both all members to further drive the system improved. Regarding our second question, so according to the China-Russia e-commerce statistics from the 3.7 billion revenue for the China-Russia e-commerce trade was reached in last year. There is a greater potential in the e-commerce area for both countries. Our next step, we will have more communication with Russia and also let e-commerce to play its full role to better deliver the tangible and also the consumption choices for the people in both countries, and also inject a new impetus for our bilateral cooperation. USTR followed Donald Trump's instruction, so they delayed the U.S. tariff on the Chinese products. They didn't mention the timeline. Do you know? What about the new information? As I mentioned many times, regarding the details of China-U.S. trade talks, I will release to you in a timely fashion.
美国那个贸易谈判代表莱特希泽周三的时候表示，
So USTR Robert Lighthizer mentioned that they will maybe cancel the U.S. tariffs on the Chinese products. So what's MOFCOM's comments? So this is another message after Donald Trump said. Donald Trump only mentioned about the delay, but USTR Lighthizer mentioned cancel. What's your feedback? I don't have further information to release to you. If there is no further questions, that's the end of the presser. Thank you.